in second place and you passed me. What place are you in?
First.
First place?
Yes.
I'm in second place and you passed me. Well, how would you be in first place?
Because I passed you. I passed you, so I'm in first.
I'm in second place, though.
Congratulations. Now I'm in first because I passed you. I passed you. Are we running? Are we driving? It doesn't matter. I passed you. I'm in first.
Hey, peace, salute, family. Hey, what's good, y'all? Ants Morning Rant. We back in the building this morning. I want to remind everybody: make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, hit the Cash App, and also whether you are watching at the home of the official YT Purge or at Auntie's The Boiler Room this morning, make sure you hit that membership link. It is available on each channel. Hit it on both of them. If you got your membership at the Purge channel, make sure you hit it at Auntie's The Boiler Room. Memberships are available. Full monetization on both channels. And yes, we are bragging about that because we did beat the YouTube feds. Yes. We got successful appeals. You know what I'm saying? We just talked about that on the membership stream. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of upcoming content coming in the very near future, definitely before this year is out, because there's a big old spectacle that comes up at the end of this, at the end of the year before the year is out. We haven't officially announced it yet, but y'all know it's coming. So haters, put your fingers on the trigger real quick. Get ready. Because we're going to give y'all a lot of shit to hate about. We got a lot of mo. For you. But for the most part, you guys see the title, regardless of where you guys are watching. What the fuck did I miss, man? Because I haven't really been on YouTube. You haven't seen me. Yeah. Lighthouse said, he was like, yeah, you missed the same bullshit that goes on every weekend. Nothing much new. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would assume. But it looked like I saw some new shit. So I saw that the Pasty Fangs bitch was on the Lapeef Network, blah, whatever. Boom. Okay, as far as the other sectors and stuff, I really I just haven't really been engaged with anything, so I don't really know. Y'all feel free to come up, talk about it. And then I was over at Witch Doctors earlier this morning. I saw DJ Kuda and Sir Ism just going the fuck at it, man. And I know I talked about that, last week on the Sunday show. Not that particular situation, but I did talk about just a lot of the old beefs. People got, old folks got old beefs that are kind of spilling onto new platforms. It's kind of weird. Now, I've had my critique of the newer cats that have come around and stuff like that. But one thing I did notice is a lot of folks are extremely welcoming. So that would just be my blanket advice for anybody that's been doing this whole content thing, for anything under the last maybe 2-3 years or so. Yo, don't let, I don't give a fuck if somebody's a supporter or they claim to be or whatever. Don't let people bring old beef to your new channel. For real. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm talking in general. I can't, because I seen it happen on a lot. I brought it up when it came to like Freezies last week. I kind of saw it on Witch Doctors, and you see it on a lot of other channels too, even with the whole, the drip bounty gate thing that was going on over there. It was like, that was some old shit. When you had Daryl Long and you had Taz and the Rude came up there, and now I get it, man. Get your bread. Everybody get your bread. You ain't on here for free. I get it. And the bounties are there for a reason. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why that old beef needs to find a new home. Just being 100. There's a reason why old motherfuckers beef has to find a new home. Like you saw the shit with Super Sly and Obsidian last week, and Freezy kind of just went off and checked that shit. And then before that, it was Q Butter, and Obsidian. Then, like I said, you saw the shit on Drips or whatever. And then, the shit with Witch Doctor over at Witch Doctors, and then, Ism and Kuda, which I don't even know what the fuck that was about. But hopefully those two can come to a resolution, because I fuck with both of them. But at the end of the day, keep in mind, that old beef needs to find a new home, because these motherfuckers done already burnt down their old home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it burnt down their old home. That's why I said, if you don't want, like, if you don't want new, like, old smoke, you gotta keep old fire out of your shit. It's YouTube. I get it. Everybody's gonna go through some shit. Any panel, any channel that is considered neutral, or you don't know folks or whatever, somebody gonna come up there and try to use your shit as a war zone. It just kind of is what it is. That's where concepts like the Purge and shit came from, because that part is not new. People will continue to do that shit. So hey, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's not worth it. A lot of that old beef, it just needs to die. It needs to die. Because you can learn a lot from, it's content, but keep in mind, Knight, and shout out to you, Knightish, but keep in mind, if you done burnt down your own house, I'm not gonna let you come and burn mine down too. Like, you can learn a lot from the older cats, and you can learn a lot of good things, from older cats when it comes to just, content strategy or content, and then, just the game, just the game that you're in. They can kind of tell you what's going on around that corner. But at the same time, you can also learn about the mistakes that were made and shit. Like, or you can learn, you can learn about the mistakes. you can pick up bad habits, or you can learn to kind of avoid a lot of those fucking mistakes. And like I say, I'm just speaking in general fucking terms. And a lot of these folks, that have been around, for all of these years, man, you talking about folks that had the opportunities to grow into the stratosphere. I'm not talking about any one person in particular. These people could have grown to 50,000, 100,000, 250,000 subs easily, but a lot of folks let beef get in the way of shit, man. For real. A lot of folks let beef get in the way of shit. So there are definitely a lot of good things if you want to go back to 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and then during the pandemic and all of that stuff. There's a lot of good things you can learn as far as, what I'm saying, support and content and keeping things going, and just show presentation and all of that stuff. But there were also a lot of mistakes that were made too, man. A lot of mistakes, and for real, it is definitely up to all of us to kind of make sure that the old mistakes aren't repeated, or at least not all of them. Not all of them. So I personally just don't like seeing that shit. What up, Genesis? And shout out to Cynical One. I see the Cynical One in the building. Shout out to TCO. Now, she said there are times when it's for content, and there are times when it's personal. Look, once that shit happens on a live stream, it's content. That's live content. Because trust me, if it's personal, people will handle that shit personally. Trust me, when you see this shit on here, 99% of the time it's personal. I mean, it's content. 99% of the time it's content. Because when shit's personal and people don't fuck with each other, they just wouldn't fuck with each other. You feel me? Think about it. In real life, if you got issues with somebody, do you go up in their face all of the fucking time? Do you talk about them all day, every day? You don't. Or every time you see him, you got to start some shit. Nah, man, you try to go out of your way to not see that motherfucker, not deal with him. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it is to the point where, yo, motherfucker, hey, it's on site. Whenever I see you, dog, it's on. But come on, how often is that? Like, we grown adults here. Miss me with the bullshit. You can look in the resume of all of these folks. Very few of them actually goddamn simple battery and assault charges and yeah, very few. Oh, what up, Miss Queen? Shout out to Miss Queen. But very few, which means, yeah, it might be on site on YouTube, but in real life, that shit ain't on site. Motherfuckers ain't running down on motherfuckers for real like that. That's what I'm saying. So once that shit hits YouTube, that shit is content. That's it. That's the only reason people do that shit, to put on a show. Trust me, I proved that shit last year when some folks was coming at me or whatever. I was like, how about this? If this shit is so personal, what you gonna do when I clear out your fucking chat? Because I know how to do that. I know how to make it so nobody even want to come in your fucking chat while you're talking about me. I'll hit you in a way where you ain't never been fucking hit before. And we'll see, when you have no audience whatsoever, or when all your audience just stays in the fucking clouds because they don't want, hey, they don't want to suffer all that extra smoke inhalation. They don't want to. They rather just observe from afar. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? The same shit the motherfuckers did. They stopped talking about that shit. That's the thing. If it's really personal, you wouldn't give a fuck if you had 1 live viewer or if you had 1,000 live viewers. You wouldn't give a fuck. Remember, I said that shit. If I got real beef with somebody, like on here, I don't give a shit. I will cut the chat off. I will put that bitch on subs only mode for 17 years. I don't need a crutch, because I'm not talking about somebody. I'm talking to somebody. That's what real fucking beef is if you're gonna do that shit on social media. You don't need a crutch because ain't gonna be nothing but a bunch of motherfuckers coming in there. I mean, good question. You gotta ask Doc about that. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't blame him if he hit it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he doesn't want, you know what I'm saying, that video on his you know, on his on his list of content. And I can't blame him if he doesn't. You know, because again, it's it's not even. I mean, yeah, it's a little. I'm not even gonna say that shit was messy. It really wasn't. In my opinion, the entire exchange. But I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know. I don't know. But in my opinion, the part that I came in on, which when you heard Witch Doctor, not Witch Doctor, but when you heard DJ Kuda ask me to come up on the panel, which you know what I'm saying, I'll never refuse an accommodation from DJ Kuda or Sir Ism. You know, they ask me for anything, and when I see them going at it, I'll do anything I can to kind of clear that shit up or help to clear it up. But when I came in at that point, it just looked pretty childish. Like it really did. It just looked like just childish bickering. You know, not even bickering, just you know what I'm saying, like motherfuckers just playing the dozens. Um and it's just like that wasn't I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to do a deep dive into it. You know, like I said, I fuck with both of those dudes. And shout out to Joey, Joey 8, you know what I'm saying, 8588. You know, they came up there too. You know what I'm saying? Fighter was up there as well. You know what I'm saying? So they know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, I rock with, you know what I'm saying? I rock with Ism, I rock with Kuda. You know, they helped me with a lot, you know, coming into space, both of them, you know. I don't like seeing them beef. I don't like seeing them beef, especially over something that seemed like it was stupid. Because even when I asked the question, like, how did this start, and can we come to a resolution? Because that's really how you get to. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret, right? A little secret. When it comes to all of this YouTube shit, like the beef and the bickering and the back and forth shit, y'all could really see where everybody's head is at with just one question. Just ask both people. I did this when Jay Prince and Fatty was going at it. You know, last year or a couple years ago or whatever. I did it when they was going at it. Of course, when I was going through my shit, you know what I'm saying, with different people. Just ask one question: Is can we come to a resolution? Hey, I got way more members only content coming soon, so don't delete your member. Hey, don't don't cancel your membership at the boiler room, or because I don't know which one this is, because we're simulcasting on both, or at the home of the official YT Purge. As a matter of fact, hold up, I gotta give my monthly gift. You know, got to do that. Got to do that. Hold up. I'm about to give out 10 memberships. I'm about to give out 5 apiece on each channel. So I don't know who's gonna get what. You know what I'm saying? So here, bam. Let me rinse you up too, Frieza. Now, everybody that's got a wrench, don't feel bad, you know what I'm saying, when that event rolls around and you ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. We will be purging a lot of wrenches. Hold up. Bam. All right. All right. So shout out to that girl Ann, Ed Unchained, the LA Project, and C Cantrell. Y'all just got memberships at the home of the official YT Purge. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate that. All right. And hold up, hold up. We got one more. What up, Melanated Vessel? What's good with you, sis? I'm just giving my gifts, my blessings. You know what I'm saying? Pass those on. So we just gave out 5 memberships at the home of the official YT Purge, and now we are about to give 5 memberships at the Boiler Room. Yes, sir. All right. So um if y'all have y'all know creators that don't do this, YouTube does give you 10 free memberships every single month that you can give away. Okay, that you can give away. So you can do them 5 at a time. Damn, it's not letting me do it. Hold up. Hold up. I know why too. That's what's fucked up about it. And we are logged in as a manager. I have multiple different tabs. There we go. Bomb. Bomb. There you go. So we also got shout out to Melanated Vessel. All right. Shout out to Melanated Vessel. Shout out to Trinity Time Travels. Shout out to Chat So Random, Sop Passe, and Cherie Bad. Y'all got memberships gifted at the Boiler Room. So we see how we just gave out 10 of them motherfuckers, man? 10 of them things? What up, LA Project? Yeah, hey, we just gifted out 10 of them things. So you got it at the home of the official YT Purge, and you got it at Auntie's the Boiler Room, LA Project. You already got yours. You see how them blessings come in? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Who are my members over here? All right, so yeah, LA Project, the cynical one got one. That girl ANX, C Cantrell. I couldn't have picked better people to get at too. You know what I'm saying? Even though it doesn't let me pick anyway. All right, and also, at the Boiler Room. All right, Shree Bad. You know what I'm saying? Sop Passe. You know what I'm saying? One of my day one subs, probably one of my first 10 or 15 subs. Trinity Time Travels also. Chat So Random and Melanated Vessel. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, man. Really do. Thank you so much. And let me see if I throw a quick super chat video in here for that. All right. See? We just gifting them things. We gifting them, gifting them, gifting them. I don't know why it comes out like that. Auntie and number 39. Where the fuck that shit come from? Oh well. But no, I definitely appreciate that.
I'm in this bitch with terror. Got a handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella, I make it right.
Man, shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure that y'all enjoy that. All right, we got all types of members only content coming up on both channels. Definitely this month, you know we got to finish the year off with a bang. So not only are we going to be doing body camera breakdowns and reactions on members only, probably, yeah, not this coming week, but next week and next week thereafter, the weeks afterwards, we'll probably be doing that members only. But we will also be moving that over to Twitch, Rumble, as well as X. Okay, but we will still be uploading body camera reviews and breakdowns, likely premiering them. So you guys make sure that you hit that notification bell and definitely enjoy that. All right. Also, got some other stuff coming up. You know, we got the year-end announcement coming up. But what we were talking about Truth. I see you, Truth. Yeah, bro. You say that a lot, bro. You gotta holler at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me up. Yeah. But yeah. So basically, that's what I see. I guess I probably didn't miss much. I know Nidus said, "Look, that shit is all content," but I'm like, "Look, this is the type. Look, even when we say it's content, like you saw this even on Freezy's last week, right? When Obsidian came up there, and yeah, that's content. But then you had Super Sly come up there and say, "Oh, he'd have been terminated from YouTube," and then Freezy damn near blew a gasket. Like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you kind of slick saying some shit, whatever. And now all of a sudden, it's some other shit. You see how old beef can start new fires? You know what I'm saying? Old smoke can start new fires because look, where there's smoke, there's fire. And it you don't want that shit. For real. There's an old saying that we have. I don't know if that's just like a black community thing or whatever, but you remember that old saying? You wipe your feet before you come in the house, before you come in somebody else's house. Take your shoes off at the door if you have to. And there's a reason why we have that saying. That saying is put in place so that way you don't track shit in somebody else's house. You don't want to track whatever the fuck it is that you stepped on or been stepping in somebody else's house. Remember that shit? Remember that scene in House Party? You know what I'm saying? When Tisha Campbell was up, you know what I'm saying, guarding the steps and shit, making sure that you know what I'm saying, the kid's dad, Robin Harris, wasn't able to come upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Because kid was upstairs with old girl. But still, hey, look, man, hey, play parents just got a new carpet, right? And they don't want nobody with shit all over their shoes. Yo, oh, did I say shit? But either way, y'all know what's up. Hey, and Pops is like, the fuck? You try to talk about my shoes? But nah, real shit. That is an analogy. What up, Sophia? Yep. Sophia, you too. What up? What up? But nah, that is a real analogy right there. All right. So you got a lot of new carpets around the space. Whether you like the color or not, why would you track shit up in their shit? It's not necessary. Because trust me, look, man, Big J know this shit. Big J been around for a minute. You know, a lot of folks been around for a minute now. You know, Truth, you've been around. Freezer, you've been around. You know, Genesis, Miss Queen. It is what it is. We can probably find somebody we got issues with at every channel we go to. I don't know which channel you on, Sophia, but chances are, if I took it, it was before the Halloween purge. Yeah, it was likely before the Halloween purge, and I purge. What is it? Probably about 85-90% of wrenches. You know, before the holiday purge. I'll be more than happy to give it back to you, but just keep in mind when we do the next year in purge, we'll probably take it again. So please don't take it personally. And I tell everybody this, y'all got to come through a little more often, and I'll give everybody the warning so that way you don't come into the purge and be like, yo, where's my wrench? Because I'm taking 90% of, well, probably like 85% of wrenches, for the purge. And there's a reason why I do that. Okay, and it's not to punish anybody or anything like that. It's just a very, very tough event to moderate. And I would prefer to have moderators, in that event, at that event, rather than just people that want wrenches. You know, it's a very, very tough event to moderate. I usually get a lot of new subs, that come in for that. So I would prefer that everybody, for the most part, just have fun. Just come there, have fun, enjoy it. We got rules stating that nobody is able to abuse a wrench or anything. If I see anybody abuse their wrench by like just timing people out because they don't like them or anything like that, that person loses their wrench on the spot. So nobody. It doesn't matter whether you're in blue or you're in gray or whatever. Nobody can use a wrench against you. Yes, people can time you up, but they got to pay for that shit. Like if somebody, the chat just has bounties just like the panel does. But moderating at that event is more of a burden, than it is. I mean, it's a privilege, but it's more of a burden. So I like to reserve that for the folks that are actually going to moderate it. That's it, because that's really the purpose of a wrench. And let's just keep it real. 95%, 90% of folks with wrenches, they don't moderate. That I get it. I get it. And the main reason why I made sure, like, everybody, for the most part, as long as I know that you're not a troll, I don't even have to like you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be cool, but as long as I know that you're not a troll and you don't mean to channel any harm, I make sure that you have a wrench. And it's not to give people power, it's really to negate people's power. I don't want people abusing wrenches. So if all of you got one, nobody can abuse a wrench against you. Because I've seen people do some wild shit. And that's why I don't like that. I don't like, what I'm saying, people to time people out just because they don't like them or whatever the case may be. And we got a lot of folks that come through from multiple different sectors. And when they come through, even though, somebody, you not I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but I'm just going to use the term you might not like somebody, but that doesn't stop them from supporting the channel. So I see that in a lot of other, channels and shit where folks don't give a fuck. They will time out actual supporters. I've had to hit people's panels and hit people up, and people have even hit me up behind the scenes and let me know. It's like, God damn, I just tried to send a super chat and I'm timed out. Like, I'll never forget, man. This is right around the time when Sharon Bracey had just got monetized. You know what I'm saying? I got timed out in the damn chat. And I'm like, bro, I done already sent you. I sent him some cash apps. I think I bountied Daryl Long. Probably sent like maybe a couple hundred or some shit like that. Or at least a 50 ball, something. And I was trying to send a super chat and I was timed the fuck out. And I had to hit the panel like, bro, I can't send the super chat if I'm timed out or hidden. You might want to check your moderators, bro. Because I'm pretty sure whoever it was that timed me out ain't sent you a fucking dime. Ain't sent you a dime. But here I am trying to pay you. And I'm timed out. I thought moderators were supposed to protect your channel, not fuck it up. And I'm just speaking from that. I don't think anybody in here right now, or probably anybody that I've given wrenches to, is gonna fuck anything up. If I see anybody's abusing it or whatever, I'll usually take it away, and then you feel like shit because you be the only one in gray. What up, Misha? See, what's up. If I take Misha's wrench, it's a motherfucker. What up, Misha? Misha Mac in the building. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Another one, Misha's been around for a while. So I was just kind of talking about like a lot of the old smoke and the old beef and shit that's kind of making its way to new channels and shit, new channels and new panels and all of that. Because it's one thing, you know, you want to give a history lesson and stuff like that. And I think, don't get me wrong, I do think that a history lesson is definitely necessary. It's definitely necessary in this space. But the thing about the history lesson, that shit can kind of dredge up some old, like it can just resurrect some old zombies. And the reason why, I'm gonna explain to you guys why. Because it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of perspective. You know, because one person can describe some beef or some shit from 2019 or 2020 or 2021 one way, but somebody else that was on a different side of it because of their affiliations or because of their viewpoint or whatever, or because of, you know, the position that they had in it, they're gonna see it totally different, and that shit can just start, you know, some more shit. Like it can just start some more shit. So at this point, I don't even know if a history lesson is totally necessary, because that shit will probably just start arguments. Like it'll just start arguments. You know, so you know, it's nice to kind of know history. So that way you got an idea of where things have been, you understand where they are, and then you can kind of get a clearer view on where you're going. You know, it's kind of like a connect the dots thing. And if you want to make sure that you're continuously going forward, you're gonna have to have an end point, a midpoint, and then another end point. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and you want to make sure that that straight line always points up. Understandable. But it's a fine line. You know, it's just a really fine line. In 5 minutes buying coffee here. Hold up, I got something for you. You want to buy some coffee? You want to buy some coffee? Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Buymeacoffee.com. Definitely available. And also, if you do not have your membership at Auntie's The Boiler Room, that channel now has memberships. So you guys make sure that you get those. Hold up. Y'all gotta forgive me. And y'all forgive me, I do not have my donation alerts up, so I might be missing it. If anybody has hit the Cash App, I appreciate that. I'll be thanking everybody for those. You know what I'm saying? A little later on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead, you know, drop the link too. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you guys have memberships on both channels. That's greatly appreciated. We do have more emojis that are unlocked, so I will be uploading new emojis for that. And if anybody wants to come up, chop it up, shoot the shit while it's still early on a Saturday morning, on a lovely Saturday morning, please feel free to come up, shoot the shit with your boy, because we're going to be doing all that. We're going to be doing all that, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. Check this email. Okay, KAW, man. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Hit your boy with that right there. What we got. Hold up. Switch that background.
Cash loaded, appreciation received.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, and also make sure that you follow your boy on Rumble. All right. X, it's gonna be a minute before we get up there. X kind of puts us through some shit to go live on X. I'm gonna try to get Facebook going too. You know what I'm saying? And the Patreon's coming too. Patreon's coming too. We're definitely gonna be kicking that off before. Well, nah, not before the year is out because we got other things to end the year. What up, Young Riaz? Shout out to Young Riaz. Also in the building. And StreamYard link is in the chat, so y'all make sure y'all come through for for the combo. Definitely for the combo. Anybody got anything to say about that? You know what I'm saying? The old beef, old beef, new channels. Because this is one of the reasons why not just a lot of sectors form, but also why some sectors can kind of fall apart. And it's tough, especially when you got new folks that are trying to grow. Because when you're trying to grow, you want to be welcoming of everybody that comes through and supports you. But then when you welcoming of everybody that comes through to support you, it's like some of them motherfuckers be having beef with each other, and then next thing you know, folks be getting torn and shit like that, and then it's just a lot of mess. It's just a lot of mess. That's why I always said, right, look, I don't give a damn if you an op, I don't like you, I don't fuck with you, whatever. If I'm supporting somebody that you supporting too, for that moment in time where they're live, I guess we're on the same team. Now, if it's to the point where we done went through so much shit that I just don't fuck with you like that, and I don't want to spend money to bounty your ass out of here, then I'll either I'll just stay my ass in the clouds, or I'll just ignore you, or I'll just block your ass personally. That's what I would do. But hey, everybody don't move like that. You know. Appreciate that, Sophia. Definitely appreciate that. I'm on coffee right now. You know, I'm on coffee right now. So, you know what I'm saying, enjoying that. So you gotta kind of be careful, with a lot of that shit. You know, you definitely do gotta be careful with the old shit. And I get it. The chat is gonna egg that shit on. The rest of the panelists are gonna kind of egg shit on and shit like that, because people want the smoke, people want the beef, people want the drama, people want the bullshit. You know, you can do an informative stream that literally gives people the winning lottery numbers for this coming week, and very few people will tune into that shit. But you have a stream where people are cussing each other the fuck out, doxing motherfuckers, roasting people, just getting into a total fucking mic war and all types of other shit. Now everybody's engaged, you know. And at the end of the day, this is still YouTube. So to go to even what Nidus said earlier, he's like, hey, it's content, and he's right. It is. It's content. Because that's what it's about. It's about clicks. It's about views. You know what I'm saying? It's about subs. It's about cash apps. It's about super chats. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, I mean, you want to do things the right way. You want to put on an entertaining show. You don't want to, you don't want your panelists disrespected, or you know what I'm saying. You don't want them to not come back no more. You don't want to offend anybody. Any of that shit. But that's what the fuck. That's the purpose of a YouTube channel, is to grow the motherfucker. Like, that's what the hell everybody's trying to do that shit. So trust me. Even though the beef and shit, that shit might bring some numbers. It's just the old shit. Like, it's like, you want some new beef, damn it. Like, new beef. I want that rancid, maggot covered, old disgusting shit of beef that these motherfuckers still got going on. Like, for real, throw that shit away. Throw that shit away. What the fuck you saving it for? Shit got mold on it, you know? Shit got mold on it. Fuck, you keeping souvenirs? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Motherfuckers holding on to old grudges and old beefs and shit like family heirlooms, like collector's items and shit. For real. It's like throw that shit away. Cause here's the easiest way. Now, granted, I can remember back in the day, and I've seen this shit before. If you really want to see if motherfuckers is beefing, like if motherfuckers is beefing for real, hold up, I got you. You want to see if motherfuckers is actually beefing for real? In the damn stream. In the stream. And fire another one up and leave their asses right there. With no audience. No audience, just leave them backstage. Let them yell at each other. Now that's some shit I've actually seen. I've done it. I've done it on here. I've ended stream, like people be up here yelling at each other, going to fuck off on each other, and I just end the stream and fire another one up, and the motherfuckers still be in that damn stream yard with no audience, still yelling at each other, cussing each other the fuck out, and they know the stream over. They don't give a fuck. That's real. Hey, that's real shit. These people don't give a fuck. They gonna yell at each other behind the scenes. They gonna yell at each other in front of the, in front of everybody. They gonna yell at each other forever. Y'all know how that shit is. We done seen it, the Purge. People done lost their motherfucking voices. Cause I just let them go and go and go and go and go on some Energizer Bunny shit. It ain't gonna stop. That's real beef. But here's how you see when that shit's phony. In the fucking stream. In the stream. Or simulcast it. Simulcast it with your backup channel. Simulcast it with your backup channel that might have 3, 4 live viewers or some shit. 10 live viewers. And that'll show you. As soon as a motherfucker see that chat ain't engaging no more, they'll just stop. Because that shit is performative. That's why. That shit is performative. People just doing that shit for the audience, for the crowd. It's not real beef. It's not real beef. Yep. So that's why I say, like, miss me with that bullshit. There's nothing like it's like you want to be like, yo, is there a resolution? Can we clear this shit up? But nah, there's no clearing it up because it was never real in the first place. Y'all ain't got no issues with each other. That's that love and hip hop shit, that scripted reality television shit. Real shit. And shout out to the homie that said this to me a while ago. He was like, yo, at the end of the day, I learned a lot of shit, from the cats in the space that came before me. And, I learned a lot of good things. You know what I'm saying? People, came out the clouds. People that hit me up behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Just to put me on G, put me on game, let me know what was going on. And some advice I wish I had taken. Other advice I might have, hey, by the time I took the shit, it was too late. It was too late. And other advice, hey, I took that shit, it didn't work. But also, I do understand that a lot of them folks, that come, a lot of the older cats, and when I say older cats, I mean older in YouTube years. A lot of them, they've already burnt their house down. And now they ain't got no place to live. That's why they coming into your house. Or that's why they coming into new houses with the gasoline, the kerosene, you know, and the flamethrower and the blowtorch. For real. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's multiple reasons why folks get demonetized and people get deplatformed and all of that other shit. Definitely a lot of different reasons for it. But for the most part, when you're talking about most of these fucking spaces, I'm telling you, 85, 90% of the time, when these motherfuckers either lose their channels or get deplatformed off this bitch, it's because of beefing. It's because they done pit. What up, Casmo? Shout out to Casmo Star, in the building. Salute, fam. But that's what it is. Now, I'm not telling nobody don't beef because, hey, man, we gonna do that shit. Like, we gonna do that shit. Like, that's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? We with the shit. So that's not gonna change. Straight up. Like, we with that shit. But some of the best advice that I ever got, shout out to the angry man that came up here and told me straight up, look, he said, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but just remember, beef is over when you say it is. Regardless of who coming at you, whatever they coming at you for, whatever. Sometimes, yeah, it's going to be some shit that you got to address. Sometimes you got to get with the shit. But that shit's over when you say it is. Because if more often than not, if you never decide that shit's over, it'll never end until YouTube ends that shit for you. Real shit. So don't let these folks put you in that shit. And I'm speaking in general terms. You know what I'm saying? To anybody. I don't give a fuck you've been on this motherfucker for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, a year, whatever. Don't let them do that shit. Now, hey, if you're gonna fuck around, get demonetized, deplatformed, whatever the case may be, or just risk splitting your fucking audience, either down the middle or losing 30% of your fucking audience, 30, 40, 50% of your fucking audience, just because of who the fuck you'd allowed to go off on your panel that day or whatever the case may be. Hey, I would recommend you do that shit over your own beef, not somebody else's. For real. What up, Woo? Shout out to Lady Woo. In the building, spit fire. More fire, more fire, more fire. Lady Woo spitting fire. Fuego. Now we just ranting this morning. That's it. But yeah, like I say, you lose your shit, you lose that shit over your own fucking beef. Not these other motherfuckers, not this damn, year-old rancid bullshit maggot cupboard, beef. That done already cost them motherfuckers 2, 3 channels, multiple tiers of monetization, all of that shit, man. It ain't worth it. And the funny thing is, even after these motherfuckers finish, like after these motherfuckers tear your shit up, just like they tore their own shit up, they just gonna go somewhere else and try to tear that shit up too. And what's fucked up is a lot of folks don't even be knowing they doing that shit. They don't even know they doing it. That's what's fucked up about it. That's why it's like I can only go but so hard. They be like, damn, such and such was talking about you. I ain't talking about one person in particular, but at the same time, I ain't really mad at nobody. Because, yeah, it's content. It'll bring up the numbers. You know what I'm saying? It'll get bounties popping. You know what I'm saying? Get you some extra exposure because people be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Such and such was going at it with such and such over an Ant show. Hey, check it out. Hey, cool. I get it. I get it. So it can kind of help in a way, but again, it is up to the host, just to make sure that you don't let that shit get out of hand. Try to maybe make things come full circle, come to some kind of resolution, or something like that. Because, hey, I said this before, I'll say it again. You call it to the left side, the right side gonna be pissed off. You call it to the right side, the left side gonna be pissed off. If I didn't just say that, but yeah, you call it to one side, the other side will be pissed, and you call it down the middle, everybody's gonna be pissed. So there ain't no winning. There's no winning. You know. So if you do have to pick a side, you pick your own. Sorry. Now me, I'm a little bit more toward the longevity aspect of things. Um, I'm just not really capable of seeing things in the short term, at least not from myself. I understand it, coming from the perspective of other people, where it's like, look, man, I just want to pop an ass show tonight or today or whatever, and we'll deal with tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Hey, man, I get it. Me, I would rather, hey, I'd rather go tortoise, not hare. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the motherfucking race. You know, so that's the way I've handled it, thus far. And I've seen in my short amount of time, which I say short amount of time, I'm approaching my 5th year on YouTube now. I seen folks demonetized. I seen folks deplatformed. I see channels coming down every single motherfucking week. I'm gonna knock on wood. I was able to handle my ordeal, with YouTube. Handle my ordeal with that shit. You know, hold up. See if I bring that shit up real quick. Yeah, I was able to handle my ordeal. I showed this to the members earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I had to appeal some shit because I was this close to being demonetized on YouTube. But we got our appeal through. You know what I'm saying? It was successful and we good. So everything's straight on the boiler room. We won. I feel like I beat the motherfucking feds, man. You know? So with all of the shit, that I be doing on this motherfucker, all of the beef the niggas been through, whatever, just by following that basic rule of, look, this shit over the when I say it is, and not letting shit get any further out of hand than I want to allow shit to get. I mean, knock on wood, we got two fully monetized channels and not been deplatformed or demonetized yet, or had to replace a channel or any of that shit. So motherfucker must be doing something right. So I get it. There's a lot of folks that was around 3, 4, 5 years ago and they ain't around no more. Hey, it's cool, man. I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at y'all. Y'all got to do what the hell you got to do, but I got to do what the hell I got to do. People are like, oh shit, just let me come up there and just go to fuck off on this panelist and change the topic. No, I'm not gonna let you do that. Oh, well, this person fake as fuck. They just fake. Hey, man, whatever. Whatever. I run my shit my way. You run your shit your way, and it's cool, man. you know? Yeah, well, I don't like who you have over there. Hey, man, I let everybody come. I'd let you come, too, but you don't want to come no more, and that's fine. I mean, this ain't a fucking prison. It ain't a prison. And you damn sure don't have to treat it like a dead-end job, neither. You ain't got to just come every motherfucking day and you don't want to be there. Like, fuck, it's all good. The show will continue to go on. If you move slow, you can see ahead longer. That's a fact. But yeah, that's what I was taught. Slow and steady wins the race. You come up with some ideas and have no problem going back to boring, and kind of just do you. So, we'll be bringing some more stuff back. We'll be doing some more things. We'll try to branch out to other platforms. We'll be kicking off more channels. We're going to do a lot of different shit. in the very, very near future. But that would just be my advice, with that is do not allow the old shit to dictate new moves and new platforms, because 2025 is about to come to a close. We're about 25 days away. 25 days left in 2025. How much old shit do you really want to bring into the new year? For real. Like I say, you can learn a lot from the folks that came before you, and a lot of them, channels are now bland in the toilet or just gone, because they didn't want to let shit die. They still bringing up shit from 9 months ago, 10 months ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, and that shit's spilling into real life, and people fucked up, or their channels, their entire life is just fucked up because of this shit. People end up getting doxxed, you know. And when I say doxxed, I ain't talking about somebody just came up here and just opened up your file and shit like that. Nah, man, people done got harassed in real life. People done had their jobs called. People done had, child protective services called on their ass. Motherfuckers done got indicted and shit by the feds over some non YouTube related bullshit just because the feds done you got tipped off by somebody that was on fucking YouTube. Motherfucker, that we done seen marriages and shit fall apart, marriages, situationships, just fall apart because people don't know how to separate this shit from their real life. Shout out to D Chicago. He said, I see it all the time. This space has done more harm than good for a lot of these guys. That's a fact. But you know what? I'm not going to blame it on the space because the space it's all about what you did with it. Even the last week or so, for me, after I got them goddamn emails. And by the way, y'all make sure y'all hit the membership link at Auntie's The Boiler Room, also at the home of the official YT Purge. Just like y'all see here. All right. And I beat the feds, motherfucker. They was about to demonetize that channel 3 days after I unlocked the membership tab, and we submitted a successful appeal. All right, it says our team carefully reviewed both your content and your appeal video. All right, your video appeal. I had to give a video appeal. All right. And now we understand your content strategy and your channel's brand. Yeah. So I will be giving the tutorial. The tutorial on how to successfully submit that appeal video for that purpose is getting a lot of people demonetized. So shout out to the team that helped me with that. Man, y'all looked out, had contingency plans B and C prepared just in case that, because we was a few hours away from being demonetized. It ain't happened just because we did shit the right way. And shout out to all of the YouTubers that pretty much gave full instructions on how to do that shit and do that shit properly. So we'll be giving a tutorial on that. We got a lot of other stuff going on. We're gonna be opening up the gates of heaven. As far as a lot more just content and stuff going on, not just space gossip and a bunch of bullshit, but just things that are going to help people. Like I said, conversation, communication, confrontation, and the theme of the channel is for it to be informative, interacting, but also informative, interactive, but also entertaining. Okay, so we're working on it. So when they say it's done more harm than good, I mean, I'm not gonna say that for myself. I mean, maybe Eh. But for the most part, my experience on here has been positive. Yeah, I can't lie. It's been positive. It could have been it could have been bad. Like I say, I've seen people go into ridiculous depressions because of this shit. I've heard, man, people done faked their own self deletions, just to get away from the trolls on this bitch. For real. And if you don't know of anyone faking their own self deletion on here, you knew. Like you knew. Because multiple people have done that shit. Like, is that fucking bad? Drop this link one more time. Anybody wants to come up, chop it up. I'm not going to sit up here much longer. We got a beautiful Saturday afternoon coming up. Yep. So this was fun. When you been boiler, what up, Zay? Streets been needing you. Hey, they don't need me. They don't need me. But nah, man, shout out to Zay. Appreciate you, fam. But I do know one thing, right? Remind everybody we do have memberships available at Auntie's The Boiler Room now, as well as the home of the official YT Purge. Is more than just custom emojis. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, upcoming content strategies, those tutorials. You know what I'm saying? We'll be talking about graphics, sound, you know what I'm saying, video, all types of shit, little editing, and just different shit we got going on. You know? Nah, that's real. I mean, look, a lot of motherfuckers is a lot of folks are just fake and phony. But okay, so this is what I have to say as far as a lot of these panels are concerned, and shout out to a lot of the other sectors because a lot of them have no problem keeping it real. Like they have no problem keeping it real. They're pretty much the same way, wherever the fuck they are. But those manosphere adjacent sectors, you know what I'm saying, with the DMP talks, let's keep it real. A lot of them motherfuckers be fake as fuck. And I will say that shit, but it is about panel warfare. And if you understand how to handle shit on a panel, and I'm not even knocking anybody for being fake as fuck, because that shit is kind of like strategy, because you know what I'm saying, you can kind of be whoever you want to be. Like you just act as if whatever on here. You can just change up your entire personality, persona. Yeah, put on an entire facade. If you want to, because it's men versus women. These motherfuckers got some basic ass prison type mentality, right? So it's the black men versus black women, and that's it. And you can't see past that, and that's it. That's it. It's men versus women, episode number 792,648. Like that. That's the way it is. So you got dudes that want to pander to fucking women. You got women that want to fucking pander to dudes. You got dudes that want to pander to other fucking dudes. You got dudes that want to, or you got women that want to pander to other women. It's bullshit. What up, Kevin Kelly? Yeah, it's bullshit. It's total bullshit. And if you sit there and you have the conversation properly, because a lot of folks notice when I started calling that shit out, folks that was saying that shit, let's have the conversation. They don't even say that shit no more. They don't even say that shit no more because I showed them how to properly have that shit. Because when you truly have the conversation, you walk a motherfucker down and they'll admit that they're full of shit. They'll admit it. They'll have no choice. They'll either admit that they're full of shit or they'll just rage quit and leave. They'll just coincidentally have some shit to do. Very convenient right now. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta leave now. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do. Because you just got fucking dog walked all over this fucking panel. You know what I'm saying? And you got a size goddamn 13 in your fucking mouth, and it's your own. Ain't that about a bitch? Like, yeah. Yeah. It's all good. I told you. This shit be a little too easy. And you're supposed to be able to do that shit, like dog walk somebody without getting personal with it, because that's a mistake that a lot of folks be making on these panels. They can't just walk somebody the fuck down without getting personal with them. You know? You should be able to keep that shit in general terms, maybe even speaking some hypotheticals or whatever, and people will tell you exactly where the fuck they at. Now, if you do want to get personal with it, you know, you still might want to kind of do that in generalities as well, because I be seeing like dudes, for example, you got dudes in these spaces that try to pander to the women's. They try to pander to the women's and tell everybody what the fuck a man is supposed to be. I actually saw this on Fatties, you know, last week. And shout out to his chat for kind of just going the fuck off on old boy. But you notice that the most pandering niggas always got the most baby mamas. Like niggas that want to pander to women, they got the most fucking baby mamas, man. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? I remember I was on Platinum Elites a few years ago, right? And I'll never forget this conversation, because I had to walk some chick down, you know, on there. Ran right up on the fucking panel, man. And this chick was up here and she was saying some shit like all of the dudes are applauding her and everything else, and they're like, yeah, I need a chick like her. She's like, yeah, yo, I want a man that I can make better. You know? I want to be able to build a man. Like I'll take a man when he's at his lowest, and I'll make him, you know, the best he can possibly be. So I go up there, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. You want to elaborate on why you believe that you are capable of building a man when this motherfucker wasn't capable of building himself? What makes you so capable? Well, and we kind of went not even back and forth, but the conversation was respectful. And she pretty much just admitted that, yeah. And she does that with multiple men. She's like, yeah, I'll build him up, and then I'll build another man up, and then I'll build multiple. I was like, okay, so now we getting somewhere. You fuck with multiple niggas simultaneously, right? Remember that? Yeah. And she was like, of course. You know? She said, yeah, I deal with this one and that one, and yeah. And I build them all up. I build up all my men. I'm like, yeah, fellas, you still applauding that shit? You want a chick just like her? Where she'll have you, and she'll have him, and she'll have him, and tomorrow she'll have another motherfucker, and later on tonight she'll also have another motherfucker? Like, for real. You like that shit? When you just in the room hitting it one night, and this motherfucker, hey, the phone just binging, just ringing off. You know what I'm saying? You done fell for this chick like the dumb motherfucker you are, and now all of a sudden, you got to share. You like that, huh? Yeah. This is the type of chick that like to build a bum. That's why she goes and looks for bums to build. Motherfuckers with low self-esteem that don't mind another nigga, you know, fucking around in the other areas, if you get my drift, you know? Like some weird, you know what I'm saying? She looking for, let's keep it real. She looking for cuck niggas. Yeah. And they're like, damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, I know you motherfuckers didn't know that because y'all dumb as a box of fucking rocks. But it's okay. I can spot that bullshit a mile away. And it's cool. I can't blame the chick. You know what I'm saying? If that's what she into, that's what she into. The shame is that there's always niggas like y'all that'll fall for that shit and then come up in these spaces and these panels and complain that women ain't shit when you dumb as fuck and you fall for bullshit. Damn shame, ain't it, Kevin? Kevin, shout out to Kevin Kelly. And it's a damn shame. You got a space full of motherfuckers like that. Full of them. You know? You got motherfuckers up there talking about your women ain't the problem, man. And I would agree there. I'm like, hey, man, when it come to you fucking bum ass niggas, no, women ain't the fucking problem at all. You niggas is bums. Niggas is bums. Or you just dumb. One or the other. But you got niggas pandering to fucking women. I'm gonna give all these niggas that smoke, whatever. And then nigga be like, yeah, man, yeah, I got fucking 3 baby moms. About to have a 4th, you know? And I'm engaged to be married for the first time ever in my life. It's like, for real? So you done made babies with 3 different chicks, all out of wedlock, and you got another one pregnant, and you ain't married her yet neither. Ain't that about a bitch? So you about to be on your 4th baby mama, and this is the nigga who you chicks are applauding. Ain't that some shit? You know, I was hearing Cooley say some shit on the Lapeef network the other day when he was going at it with Pearly, and I'll be reviewing that on Coffee and Chill tomorrow, right? Because you know she tried to bring up the stats and all that shit, but I'm gonna get right back to what I was talking about. Look, now that was the dude Rick the Ruler that was on there. And of course, there's some other dudes in the space too, just like that. I ain't gonna discuss them. But it was the dude Rick the Ruler up on Fatty's panel. But Cooley said something. He said, "Look, it's about the history is important because it's important to recognize patterns. Pattern recognition is what allows you to make better decisions in the future. Pattern recognition. Okay." The best indication of future behavior is past behavior. Now, not one isolated incident, because hey, anybody can make a mistake. We're human. Human beings make mistakes. But people are capable of being consistently inconsistent. Ain't that about a bitch? Totally capable of it. Just being consistently inconsistent. You know? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I'm like, yeah, that's the same game you ran on all your motherfucking baby mamas, ain't it? You know, I'm pretty sure. And hey, man, you live your life however you want to. It's cool. I ain't mad at you. Remember, I always said that shit. When these niggas be trying to run up on each other and get in the pissing contest, well, this is how I deal with women, and you should deal with it like that. Fuck it. We fucking men. You deal with them how you deal with them. I deal with them how I deal with them. He deals with them how he deals with them. It kind of is what it is. Every man's going to have different methods of how they deal with women, and chances are, if it does end, it's going to end badly. That's just the way it works. I get that. But on the flip side, it'll be a cold day in hell Like it'll be fucking freezing temperatures in Satan's living room. Like it will snow in Lucifer's living room before I let you talk shit to me. And sometimes you gotta check the motherfuckers on that shit, man. Shout out to Ducky McIver. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, membership. We're gonna use the super chat. Matter of fact, shout out to Just My Five for this video right here.
Thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you. You didn't have to, but you did. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Witness the sea walk of the incredible. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. 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 I wanna thank you all. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you all. I wanna thank you. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog. Everybody say that shit. The city is a big. West side is a big.
Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? New YouTube member, man. Appreciate that, man. All the memberships. We got to gift a few. Shout out to L. Nixon. Something to think about. Hitting us with the
donations.
Shout out to L. Nixon. He said, if they're not following some women to an imaginary arc, men who don't even have black women, a man who makes videos in front of his mistress's house, or men calling someone Godfather, life would suck. Ain't that about a bitch? Shout out to L. Nixon dropping the gems on him today. Yes. Yeah. Calling other men Godfather, ready to kiss the motherfucking hand. You know? Ready to kiss the Godfather. I need a favor. Yo. And your Godfather didn't even make it to 60 years old because of a fucking Viagra overdose. A Viagra overdose mixed with fucking red pill and speed or whatever the fuck he was on. You know? But at least he told you what cologne to wear, right? You know, that's the game. Damn shame. Your Godfather didn't even survive to be a grandfather. Ain't that some shit? You want to help men? Don't tell them how to be the Godfather. Tell them how to be a great grandfather. And actually live to see the day. Because chances are, you're not going to live to see your great grandchildren if you don't make it to 60. Like their Godfather, St. Kevin. You know? Telling women to die. Hey, get a dog, die alone. I'll be 100. I would rather have a dog and die alone at age 85. All right? Than have 1 million subscribers and die of a fucking Viagra overdose and a heart attack with some fake booty IG fucking model at age 55. I'm just saying. You got motherfuckers up here calling dudes simps and shit because of how the fuck they deal with women. And these motherfuckers, if they go to the goddamn doctor, their cholesterol count is going, their cholesterol and blood pressure is going to be all over the fucking place, man. For real. Motherfucker got butter in their arteries. Butter and motor oil in their fucking arteries and shit. Telling you what the fuck a man is supposed to be. It's a fucking joke. A fucking joke. And the fucked up thing is, people be using terms like grifter and shit. What up? Kills. Salute, bro. People be using terms like grifter. I'm done using that term. I used to think it was a grift for a minute too. But where I come from, I've seen a lot of grifters over the course of my life. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to see more. Grifters are capable of putting on an entirely separate image at any given time, or at least separate from who they actually are, because the situation requires it. Sometimes it's for a scam. Sometimes they just got to switch up their voice and get, become, proper, polished, whatever the case may be, because of their environment. But when you're talking about these niggas in this fucking space, grifter it can't even apply. It can't even apply, because I done came to that conclusion. If you were up here just grifting, you would have already changed your tone, rhetoric, persona, and came up with an entirely new facade between now and 15 fucking years ago. And most of these niggas have not fucking done it. They're not grifting. They're just stagnant. They're just stagnant. And people be like, oh, that's standing on business. You a real one. You ain't never changed. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. If you ain't never changed, like if you 50 years old and you still moving and talking about the same shit you was talking about when you were 35, that's not being a real one. That's being a dumb one. Like, human beings are supposed to evolve. Your thought process is supposed to evolve. If your thought process, your tone, your rhetoric, your social circles don't fucking evolve in any way, shape, or form, that ain't no badge of honor. And if people are honoring you about that shit, it says a lot more about them than it does about you. I'll be damned if I come up here talking about the same shit for 10 years or even 5 years, 15 fucking years. And I don't give a shit how many subs I get. Real shit. If I still got to talk about the same shit every damn day, unless it's a topic that's consistently evolving, business, marketing, sports, motivation, psyche, how-to videos, do it yourself. Things like that. Unless it's some shit like that. But I'll be goddamned if I'm going to sit here and talk about how fucked up women are for 10 or 15 years. Like, at that point, you ain't got one yet. And if you do, you still moving the same way? You can't be. Shout out to Candy Cane in the building. Like, you can't be. So just understand that shit. And shout out to James Kills. I know James Kills piss a lot of folks off. He piss a lot of folks off. But people don't be knowing Kills from back in the day, man. Kills done toned down a lot. Yo, if you've been around the spaces for a minute, you've seen James Keel's evolution. James Keels don't have to necessarily click every link. He ain't got to just go off on all the ladies and all that shit no more. Hey, man, kind of chilling, you know? You even seen some women, you know, in these spaces that, hey, they have now learned to rest in their femininity. This shit is bullshit. This shit is beneath them. You know, people ask me, they're like, yo, what's up with the purge? Like, you know, some of the folks that were at like the first and the second and the third purge, they don't come through no more. I'm like, yo, that's a good thing. If you don't need that, that's the purpose of this shit. It's like the word has a meaning. It's about cleansing. It's a purge. So if you don't need to do this shit no more, that's a good thing for you. I'm glad. When I see folks, it's like, yo, I ain't got no shit to get off my chest. Life is good. Word. Life is good. Shout out to L. Nixon. He said people just follow certain people because they piss off the opposite sex that they have resentment for. Every time you ask if they would date the panderers, it gets quiet. Well, a lot of times what it is you see a lot of the panderers, and this goes on each side. I'm not even going to say it's a men versus woman side. It's all of these damn, you know, little topic based sections. I'm not even gonna call them sectors. I'm gonna call them sections. These topic based sections. A lot of the times people want to be around the people that they claim that they're pissed off by. Ain't that about a bitch? So when you look at even the pandering dudes, for example, or even the pandering women or whatever, you know, just people that pander in general, they're not even following the panderer around. They're following the motherfuckers who the panderer is pissing off. Oh, you piss niggas off? I gotta be around them pissed off niggas. Oh, you got smoke for them women? I want to be around them women you got smoke for. Yeah. For real. That's why I said that's some shit I would never fall for. And it's a shame that some people on this bitch are so fucking stupid that they will fall for that. Let me stop using so much profanity, man. You two got me scared. Nah, but for real. That's some shit I would never fall for. If I don't fuck with you and I don't want to be around you, I ain't got no problem blocking your motherfucking ass. Hey, personally too. Like, I'll block you on each one of my motherfucking channels. But like personally, I will paste your channel link right into my block, like my YouTube block list, so I can't see your comments and you can't see mine, and I don't give a fuck if we got wrenches on the same channel. You won't see me. And when I learn how to make sure that your ass is blocked when I get on that damn StreamYard panel so I can't even see your comments up there, I'll do that. I don't want nothing to do with people that piss me off or get on my fucking nerves or trying to get on my fucking nerves. But it's amazing. The same people that claim that folks are getting on their nerves, they won't get the fuck from around them for nothing. For nothing. Makes no sense. It's almost like somebody that hates mosquitoes. Like you hate mosquitoes. But yet, you go where all of the mosquitoes are. You like getting bit. You hate being bitten by mosquitoes, but you keep going outside. You keep going outside and cutting the motherfucking light on around all of the mosquitoes. You notice the mosquito infested area. God damn it, they will bite. They will tear your ass the fuck up. Real shit. Makes no sense. Or I think it makes a lot of sense. That's why those folks, it don't even make sense going back and forth with them. Like I said a long time, there are certain types of stupid that it doesn't even make sense to argue with. Trust me, I could get on so many damn panels and dog walk so many motherfuckers right the fuck down. Dudes and women. Shout out to Sheep Stay Sleep. DS1 in the building. Salute, fam. Salute. Got DS1. Hold on, I got these membership emojis too. You know, we also got memberships at the Boiler Room now, fam. Yeah, we finally got those unlocked. So shout out to all of my members. You know what I'm saying? DS1 in the building. Salute, bro. But yeah. You know. But I refuse to be around somebody that I'm not even going to say is annoying me, but just determined to try to be annoying all day, every fucking day. You miss me with that bullshit. Yeah. Well, believe it or not, some people, I'm not even going to say some people, a lot of people, L, are so thirsty and starving and deprived of attention, either masculine energy or feminine energy, or just any fucking human interaction, right? That disrespect is not even just tolerated. That shit is craved. Like they crave that shit, man. It's truly pathetic. It really is. And they think I don't know. Or they think the rest of y'all don't know. And I get it. We with the shit. And it's nice to be able to break down the talking points and all of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, you know, at times. But for the most part, motherfuckers be knowing what the fucking deal is, man. When you see a couple of hundred motherfuckers or certain people that run up on panels at 2, 3 in the fucking morning on a Friday or a Saturday night. Sometimes it be Friday and Saturday. 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, all throughout the course of the day, bitching about what some random stranger on YouTube said about relationships or dynamics between men and women. It's like, what the fuck is the dynamic between you and your man, or the dynamic between you and your woman? The fuck out, you ain't got no man, you ain't got no woman. You need to go the fuck outside. But I get it, if you went outside, wouldn't nobody pay attention to your motherfucking ass. The only way you can get any attention is on the fucking internet. That's it. Your best friend is a smartphone, bitch. Damn shame, ain't it? Your significant other is a smartphone. A smart device. All of your interaction and physical stimuli come from a purchased toy that requires batteries to operate, or a bottle of hand lotion and some of that wrist action. Get it out your system, you know, and make sure you got some sanitizer and some Lysol for them fucking keys on your fucking keyboard. Niggas are a fucking joke. And real shit, why the hell would I listen to what people like this have to say when it's clear as day who the fuck they are? Like, it's just clear who they are. And I ain't mad at them, man. You got the right to live your life however you want to. You want to be a lonely motherfucker. You want to get all of your physical, your mental, your intellectual, your spiritual. In some cases, these people get their religious stimulation from these panels and these conversations and shit. Man, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. But you ain't gonna piss on my head and tell me it's raining, motherfucker. I know you're a lonely bitch. I know you're a lonely nigga, and it ain't by choice neither. Because if it was by choice, you wouldn't be on this motherfucker. You would have a hobby. You would have something to do. Most of these motherfuckers, you ask them what the fuck their hobby is, they'll tell you what they do for a living. They'll tell you their damn job. Ain't no fucking hobby. Motherfuckers just existing. For real. If it wasn't an unlimited supply of oxygen on Earth, I would tell you these motherfuckers are a waste of it. That's why I said that shit's just funny to me, man. And I'm going to tell you what's even worse. You got people on here that claim to be in full, long-term, healthy relationships, but yet they spend 15 hours a day on this bitch talking to random strangers about relationships and the dysfunctional parts of them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh, but I am in a relationship. No, the fuck you not. You're on a smartphone. You're on your laptop right now. Right now. It's 3 in the morning. It's the middle of the daytime. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, my man right in the other room. I cook for him. That nigga don't want to eat that shit. Yep. That motherfucker go to sleep. That nigga glad your ass on the internet right now. He glad. He glad. Yeah, he'll deal with it for real. The internet is probably what's keeping your motherfucking marriage together. Because if your fucking man had to actually communicate with you to the level that the people on this panel do, he'd have been left. He'd have been took the ice trays out the freezer, the pillowcases off the fucking pillows, you know, and dipped. Just dipped. For real. And people don't know. Like, I know. I've been there. Look. Man. That's why you be hearing about it. Trust me. And who was that? I think it was Zay that said that. Oh, what up, Lord ADS? Shout out to Lord ADS. It was Zay that said that a minute ago, right? Or somebody said it in the chat. I'm going to read that comment in a second. But somebody said it in the chat. Like, yeah, this space has done more harm than good. And for a lot of people, it has. But I'm not going to blame the space. Because that shit just going to make you more of what the fuck you are. Especially if you got an addictive personality. And I get it. You know, this space is probably better than having a full-fledged drug habit. But the problem is a lot of folks on here actually do have like drug habits. They just don't really think they have drug habits because their drugs are prescribed to them. So they're like, oh, it's not a drug habit if the doctor says I can use it. It's like, nah, bitch, you're on drugs. But yeah, whatever. But at the same time, man, you've heard about more relationships, marriages, shacking up situations fall apart than you've heard about them get together or stay together. For every 2 people that link up and do the nasty, or they be like, oh, we go together, Yo, we're dating whatever the fuck on YouTube. For every 10 of those situations, right? One of them shits might last 12 months. The rest, you can take the under on 90 days. And this is from people that sit up on panels all fucking night and claim to be the end all be all when it comes to relationships. They know everything. They know what's right. They know what's wrong. They know what black men should be doing. They know what black women should be doing. They know all of this shit. They know all of the keys to a long lasting, fulfilling, healthy relationship. Yet they can't help but fuck them up. Ain't that about a bitch? Yeah. Prescription pill addictions are real as fuck. Right now, I'm pretty sure I got haters in my bushes right now. Bitch, you know who you are. Okay? Haters in my bushes right now. Because they ain't allowed to comment, right? So, they just sit here. Fuck that motherfucker auntie. I can't stand it. Yet, they still listening. But too medicated to get the fuck out of bed. Too self-medicated to get out of bed. Too behaviorally modified to roll the fuck out of bed and even go wash their face. But can't wait to get up and go squat in somebody's fucking Discord. And start texting, gossiping and shit behind the scenes about random strangers they've never fucking met. You loser motherfuckers. Get help. Get help. I would tell you to get a dog and die alone like Kevin did. But that wouldn't even be an insult. At this point, it would just be good advice. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Kill said both sides talk crazy on these panels, but behind the scenes they be talking. But that's all they be doing is talking. Some of them be fucking too. You know, they be fucking. What Jay Prince say? Vertically. Some of them just doing it vertically. Some doing it literally. What up, Drip? Shout out to the Drip Show. You know, made it through his ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Respect to that. Definitely respect to that. Did you change your name? I guess it used to be. Was it always the Drip Show TV? Well, this is the tag. This is the tag, so that's probably a little different. Yep. But yeah. So. Nah, for real. Everybody's a fucking relationship expert, man. When in actuality, these folks is just pain freaks. I would tell these people go just get some new tattoos or something. Since you like pain so much. I've never seen it. You know, I see niggas hang out in spaces where they're called bitch ass niggas and all types of other shit consistently. Like, but they're there every fucking day. Every day. Just to go back and forth with somebody they claim they can't stand. And then you got chicks that hang out all fucking day, either gossiping about or hanging out in spaces with niggas who they claim they can't stand and being called a dirty, raggedy, worthless bitch on a consistent fucking basis and won't even block the motherfucker saying it. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's like, what kind of pain freak are you? Like, for real, that's unattractive. I mean that shit when I say that shit. Anybody that has an affinity for that type of abuse, like, they just love it. Like, the fuck? Like, that's weird. That shit is weird, man. And on top of that shit, they be on this motherfucker all day free of charge, too. Free of charge. I would respectfully disagree. You know, I mean, well, no, you know what? It is a thin line. Because they say that because you can go from loving somebody to hating somebody. You know? But the thing is, some people just love to be hated. Or they love to hate. And this is something that a lot of folks won't tell you in this space, either because they don't know or because it's something that kind of like just fucks up the narrative that they're trying to spin. But like I said, some people are just so fucked up that if they're not being disrespected, if they're not being cussed out, if there's nobody to argue with, they don't feel alive. Like, it's crazy. For real. So I really do mean that shit from the bottom of my heart, and I can only speak from the perspective of a heterosexual man, because that's what the fuck I am, right? So I can only speak from that perspective. I can never deal with a woman like that under any circumstances. Like, if you like to argue and you like dealing with toxicity and shit on that level, even if you the type of chick that like arguing on fucking panels with motherfuckers at 2, 3 in the morning and shit, like, fuck, I'm good. I'm good. Like, granted, when I was in my 20s and shit, yeah, that shit was, it was like, I'm not even gonna say it was normal. It was actually kind of exciting, you know. But now maybe it's because I'm a little older. Like, I've evolved. You know, I've evolved like a man's supposed to do. Unlike a lot of these motherfuckers that, you know, have been on YouTube for 10 years and shit, still talking about the same shit. You know, talking about how fucked up black women are and all that other shit 10 fucking years. Like, the fuck, bro? You're what? Why do you even still deal with that shit, bro? Like, well, this is what you see all the time. No, this is what you see. Like, I haven't seen or communicated with a dysfunctional fucking broad in years. Not off of these panels. Not outside of these chat rooms, because a dysfunctional chick that's addicted to dysfunction is not going to be comfortable around me. And neither are dysfunctional niggas. You're not going to be comfortable around me. You're going to feel extremely uncomfortable. And you should. But in these spaces, you got toxic, dysfunctional, loser, self-medicated, behaviorally modified. That's what we call it. You know what I'm saying? Behaviorally modified, opioid addicted, loser motherfuckers. What up, Real Neptunes fan? That will try to shame you for not making them feel comfortable around you. It's like, no, bitch, you're not supposed to feel comfortable. All right? A virus is not supposed to feel comfortable. around a healthy motherfucker. Like, for real, nigga got antibodies built up for motherfuckers like you. Real shit. Does my tone make you feel uncomfortable? Yeah, that's because it should. It should. It's supposed to. It's my defense mechanism. It's my immune system activating for viruses like you. So when you see these folks coming up on these goddamn panels and copping a squat in these chats, they can't get away from the shit that they claim they hate. Either number one, they got some kind of autoimmune deficiency, you know? You know, they got some shit where their immune system ain't working, or they might just be the virus. And I'm leaning more toward choice B. They are the virus. That's what I'm saying, man. These motherfuckers will try to piss on your head and tell you it's raining, Misha. Oh, wait, you're the problem. I know it, whatever. Whatever you say. I'm the problem. Now get the fuck from around me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Or don't. Don't come again. Ever. Or matter of fact, come again. So I kick you in the ass one more time. You know? You know? For real. Nah, it lets you type it. I don't know. It should. It shouldn't stop you from typing it. Hold up. I gotta look at both chats. Yeah, it lets you type it in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, everybody knows that comes up for the end of the year, so we are planning it now and getting everything taken care of. And you got a membership, so you will be the first to know. You know what I'm saying? Edits are coming soon. We got more time to handle that shit, so we will be doing that. But yeah, if you're complaining about the spaces, you are still a part of it. You are a participant. That is a fact. Yeah. For real. There aren't any victims, only villains and other volunteers. First person I heard say that was Cookie. You know? And she was right on the money with that shit. Ain't no victims, only villains and yeah, only volunteers and other villains. That's it. That's all. But them people, a lot of folks, and this is why it pisses me off, even from each side, right? From each side, and you see this is probably universal to like all of the sectors and shit. But the victim narrative that people try to spin, oh, but I didn't do anything, and this person just came at me for no reason. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Okay? Fuck out of here. Like, motherfucker don't want to hear that shit. Like, I get it. Shit happens. Anybody can get tried, disrespected, you know, treated like shit or whatever. You know? It can happen. But that victim card, you ain't gonna play that shit with me but once. If you a perpetual victim, like every other day, every day, 2-3 times a day, somebody done did you wrong. Man, fuck out of here, man. Somebody done did you wrong. You're a victim. Nah, man, that victim card, you can only play that shit one time with me. The second, the third, the fourth time, well, the second and third time, no, you're a volunteer. After the third or fourth time, and you're still up here crying victim, nah, you're not a victim. You're not even a volunteer. You're a fucking villain. You're a villain too. Pattern recognition. That's the grift. That's the real grift. Remember, I said this shit years ago. You know? Victimhood is the new cool kids club. It's cool to be a victim now. Like, what the fuck? The fuck? Maybe I just grew up in a different day and age. Like, it wasn't cool to be like bullied and shit. But now that's supposed to be the cool thing. Everybody's picking on me. Oh, that rhetoric, that tone. Oh, boo fucking hoo. Like, what the fuck? Like, at some point, you know, the victim, the person being bullied, should have been punched the bully in the mouth. Don't nobody feel bad for your ass. You know what ends up happening? I guess maybe I'm old, so this was just happening when I was growing up or whatever. What would happen is, you know, a kid will be getting his ass kicked or getting bullied. You motherfucker getting stuffed in lockers. You know what I'm saying? Head dunked in urinals and shit. You know, just picked on, get your lunch money snatched. You know, after a while, if that kid doesn't like knock the shit, like I'm talking about, you gotta put some like it need to be some red, it needs some blood somewhere, right? But if he does not, or she does not stand up for themselves and bust that ass, what ends up happening is other people start becoming bullies toward that person. It doesn't stop. There was never no group of people that, oh well, yeah, that person's wrong. They shouldn't be bullying you. We're a group. We're all victims. We're gonna trauma bond together. What the fuck world did y'all grow up in? Nah. And I was supposed to have done this stream. Shout out to the LA Project, because we're gonna talk about that whole cult-like mentality and the cult-like tactics, because that's what the fuck that shit is. You know, when you see a bunch of people band together and form a bond based on trauma or hatred, either trauma from another group or hatred of another group, that's all they have in common. That's just one sign of that cultish behavior. Because that's not only is that shit not healthy. Yeah, not only is it not healthy, it's extremely dangerous. What up, Kills?
Yo, what up, man? Great topic, yo. Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat.
Bro.
Salute to the playback. You on the deck? Nah, man. I'm just I'm just glad that you recognize that in me, man. That I don't be hitting panels no more like that. I don't be derailing the conversation because I be kind of like mad when I see certain people on certain platforms. Like, you know who gonna pop up on them certain platforms like every single day. Then I had to tell myself the same thing. Like, what the fuck I'm on this platform for, yo? I'm not go. Like, I already know that I'm not really gonna say nothing. I'm gonna derail the conversation. I'm gonna say something slick. Like, like I already know, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You know, but this had to take some years for me to understand and recognize that shit. Like, who want to see the new character every single day, bro? Like, the shit get boring. The shit get agitated, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, I do. You know, it's one of the reasons. I take a few days off, and I don't really hit panels like that. Anymore to engage in these discussions and stuff because they're circular and
Right.
you know, pretty stupid. You know, pretty stupid.
Yeah, yo. And then real stuff happened in my real life, so I just had to take a break, bro. Like, you know what? Let me fall all the way back. Then I moved to a new spot, so I had to take care of that. So, I don't know, you know how it go though. But I'm just watching for the entertainment, man. Like you say, man, it's the same nuclear conversation. It's the same shit. Black man this, black man this, black woman this, black woman that. But y'all still all gonna be on the same fucking panel. None of y'all is not gonna build your own sector. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still gonna trauma bond each other. Y'all still gonna be sitting on a panel with each other. Y'all still gonna be in the back chats talking to each other. Y'all still gonna email each other. Like, come on, bro. We know the play, man.
Yeah, I know the play. People still gonna fall for it though, and I'm like, yo,
Right.
that's cool. No, that's cool. I say it like this though, right? Um, the reason why that shit is like cult, it's like cult like behavior, you know, is because as soon as these people, and you see it all of the time on both sides, as soon as these people no longer have trauma, you know what I'm saying, like past trauma or hatred of some other group to bond, to use as a common denominator to bond with, then these motherfuckers fall out. Now all of a sudden you become the enemy because you ain't full of hatred.
Oh yeah, yo, we seen that. We seen that. That was evident. That was evident last night. I ain't gonna say, Brody. You was there last night, so I don't gotta. You know what I mean? That
Actually,
was.
I really wasn't. When you saw
Oh
me,
shit,
you
I
saw
was
me
there
get it.
towards the end.
No, when
I-
you saw me get there, yeah, toward the end, when I got there was when I got there, bro. I didn't watch the replay or anything like that. Um,
yeah,
so I don't really know. I
yeah, me
could
neither.
sense there was some tension, but that's even when I spoke on earlier. I'm like, I get it. A lot of folks is like, I'm saying, the new cats of this and the new cats of that and all of that other stuff. But I'm like, at the end of the day, you know, if we don't help out at all, let's leave the old shit where it was. Like let's leave that shit where it was because that's what I see. I see a lot of older cats have been on here, and when I say old, I don't even mean by age, just been on here a little longer. They just bring in old bullshit. You know what I'm saying, to new platforms.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
don't I
see.
don't see how
That's what I
that makes
see too.
sense. You know?
And like when I see people like that, I don't even like that right there. I won't even hit the panel. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that person is going to say something towards me and not going to stick on the main topic at hand because they're going to rehash some shit that happened like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Like, bro, I don't want to hear that
Which
shit.
is yeah, and I get it if you're on a panel with somebody that was here 5 or 6 years ago or whatever, but ain't no reason to bring that shit to somebody that's just doing some new shit.
Yeah, doing some new shit. Like, you know what I
Or even
mean?
if they doing the same old shit in a new way, whatever,
Right,
man. They ain't got to deal with other people's personal shit because I'm
right.
just like, That's probably what tore y'all platforms apart in the first place. And it's
Mm-hmm.
from multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like multiple people. So,
That's a whole
you
fact.
know, shout out to the homie, man. Told me he's like these the same motherfuckers that not only will they burn their house down, with no place to live. You know what I'm saying? And then think about the, you know, well, wonder why they have no place to live after they burnt their house down. They'll come and stay the night at your crib and then try to burn your shit down too. Like, come on, come on.
Yep, that's a whole fact, bro. That's a whole fact. And I'm starting to see the same play like you said, man, like with burning down a neighbor house too, or they'll live with me and burn my shit down too. Like that's what I'm seeing, bro. I'm seeing the same shit. I'm like, come on, bro. This man ain't even been here damn near a year. Well, almost a year, probably, if not 2 years. And y'all bringing that shit over there? Like it's crazy.
Well, you know, I saw that on when I got in there, you know, this morning, and you know, of course, I saw that on Freezy's last week. No,
Right.
and that's not new. You know what I'm saying? Folks been doing that shit ever since I came into space. But hey, you know, at some
Oh yeah,
point,
you
I
you know
believe that
people
shit's
got a
got.
disdain for
I
the
mean, it's
old
got to
man
stop.
though. You know,
You
you
know,
know
I
that.
mean, it's just got to stop. It's got to
Yeah,
stop. So
yeah. Nah, yo, but Super Q Butter though, Q Butter washed him up though, yo, cause he actually showed his work. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. That was dope for him to do that, minus the jokes, minus the back and forth, minus the slander. Oh, excuse me. Q Butter actually showed his work though. So salute to him.
now that's what's up. Hey,
Right.
I'm actually about to drop down. I got a few things I need to take care of today. Um, you got anything else you want to add before I get up out of here, bro?
Oh nah, man. This thank you for having this conversation right here, man. And I hope everybody enjoyed it. I did when I seen you go live, you know. So y'all, man, this watch the lives, man, and stay out of these people faces, man. Don't be hitting links every day, neither, man. Word up, man. Turn the channel, man.
No, that's
Word.
real. You
Yo,
know,
man, can we have some new people talk, man? Damn, the same old people, man, from all the way back in the day. But I'm out.
all right, kills. Salute. Yeah, I'm about to get
Salute.
up out of here. I've been up here talking shit for the last 2 hours. You know, that's how we do. You know, it is what it is. But I am going to get all the way the fuck up out of here. It was definitely a pleasure, you know, hanging with all of y'all. Hold on. I can't go yet. I can't go yet.
Oh
What up?
damn! I didn't even know you was from the league, kid. No, go ahead, get out here. I'll catch you next time.
Nah, bro. I'll let you get your shit off. I ain't seen you in a minute. What up? What up?
Tell you the truth, I ain't got shit to say, kid. I was just gonna join in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? I bid you adieu, brother. Man, God bless.
Nah, I might be live a little bit later. I doubt it, but definitely tomorrow morning. So you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Come through for that. And yeah, we're gonna be live a lot more. You know, definitely over the next few days, rest of the month, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Shit, yeah.
hey,
I'm gonna
don't
hit the
strain.
bell, kid. I already got the notification hit, so shit, no problem.
I appreciate you. Shout out the books from Moses.
Already,
You know,
man. God bless you and your family, kid.
appreciate you, bro. Yeah. All right. So I am going to get all the way up out of here. Hold up, hold up. I don't know why I didn't get that damn alert. Yeah. Hey, this was a long one. It's just Ant's morning rant. I just be talking shit, man. That's all it is. But nah, definitely a pleasure hanging with everybody. So I'm gonna get out of here for the home of the official YT Purge, as well as Auntie's the Boiler Room. I am Ghost. Salute. Peace.
Go ahead, Mel. Take us home. Final thoughts.
If you can't be good at it. Peace, everybody.
Pearl.
Some people get a microphone and suddenly think they experts on life, talking shit about everybody else without living any of it. And the funniest part, they always think you're talking about somebody else. Nah, bitch. I'm talking about you. Parley things. Just parley things. Just parley things. Pearl, you ain't built for this. You just loud on cue. Talk big in the comments, in person you see through. Daddy bought your platform, that's not something you do. You a bargain bin philosopher screaming shit that ain't true. Oh Lord, you judge wives and moms like you know that life. Bitch, you never even been a girlfriend. Cut the hype, no ring, no man, no kid, not a wife. But swear you got answers on how women should live right. Oh Lord Jesus, you even went to white school, girl. What was the plot? Dropped out quicker than your logic. Shit, you learned none on the spot. How you major in marriage and still forgot. Respect start at home and you ain't gotta lie. Oh Lord, look at that. Your mama fought for women to rise. She lifted people up while you tearing down lies. If you hate a message that deep inside, you could've just got therapy instead of living in spite. Oh Lord, help. And that fucking singing, girl, please stop. Your guitar sound like it's getting mugged by a cop. Your voice crack every note like it fell off a rooftop. Even the violin said, bitch, we calling a swap. Oh Lord, no. That slavery song you made, what the fuck was that? It sounded like your mic quit. I'm not doing that. Even your guitar strings dipped, grabbed the bag, left the track. Shit so embarrassing, even trolls held back. Oh Lord, have mercy. You shit on black women for clout you can't earn, but dated a homeless fat dude, yeah. Now tables turn. You talk reckless then vanish when the heat returns. Your hypocrisy so loud it make my speakers burn. Oh Lord, he did not. You talk like you brilliant, but you dumb as hell. Trying to coach women with a resume that wouldn't sell. Bitch, you couldn't give advice to a Taco Bell bell. You the punchline version of morality fail. Oh Lord, drag her. So Pearl, fictional, baby, stay in your lane. You out here preaching shit with zero fucking brain. These violins cut deep like razor blade pain. Choir screaming, oh Lord, while I roast you again. Oh Lord. Hey, who we talking about? Just parley things. Say it one more time. Just parley things. Girl, every time you talk, it's the same dumb act. Big mouth online, but your real life crack. You argue like you built, but you vote on the impact. In the choir in the back yelling, oh Lord, that's fact. Your whole damn vibe just bullshit stack. Fake ass wisdom with a Walmart act. You talk tough, baby, but you can't talk back. In the choir in the back yelling, just parley things. Funny thing is, I wasn't even trying to flame you. I thought maybe I could teach you something. But why the fuck would I tutor somebody who copies opinions for homework and still fails the test? Some people get better when they get a mic. You just got louder. And if being loud was talent, you finally be good at something. Class dismissed.